My face still hurts, but not as badly as a sword through the gut.
Laro has returned to the estate intact. Perfetto. Too much Bardato blood has been spilled in the name of Vengiata. Ak, nothing has been solved, only delayed. Here, for your discretion. There can be no peace while civilized kith turn on each other. Our family can't go on like this.
You should see this.
Oh, hello. Welcome to my shop. It's such a pleasure to see a new face. How might I assist you? Oh, I am a cartographer. I make maps. I'm not half bad at it either. And may the gods forgive my immodesty for saying so. If you need a map of any settled region of the Deadfire, I am your man. And my commission rates are quite generous. It used to be I would take to the sea and do a bit of charting myself, but I haven't the time. Too many maps need making. A shame, too. There's a whole swath of the Deadfire I've yet to see. I'm quite keen to write a book, in fact. Oh, but I won't trouble you about that. Excuse my nattering on, won't you? Sometimes. Married to the work, you know? I just get so engrossed in my maps. And next I know, it's morning. Sharing a bed with a few maps is a good sight better than sharing with Caleb, I'll tell you that. He always hogs the blankets. You think so? He is a magnificent beast, isn't he? He's been a bit low lately. Between you and me, I think he's heartsick for the sea. I'm putting together an explorer's account of the Deadfire. Or at least the part of it Queen Onekaza's tribe has laid claim to. My book will be the first of its kind. The Explorers Club will go mad for it. Or, well, that was the idea. It's a fiercely dangerous enterprise, in point of fact, and nobody will agree to chart the islands for me. You'd think ship captains would be a bold-hearted bunch. I offered fair recompense. I'm not exactly the most powerful fighter, or I do it all myself. Still, wouldn't it be wonderful? An explorer's guide to the Deadfire. Someday. Do you mean it? This is... wow! I can't thank you enough. It's a lot of ground, I mean water to cover, and some of these islands are in very dangerous waters. Don't worry, I planned it all out. We'll get your feet wet first. With a little experience under your belt, I'm sure you'll get a taste for it. Nothing will stop us. I mean, you. The idea is to explore all the islands that haven't been charted yet, or even named. That falls to you, amico. You can't tell me you've never wanted to name your own island. I thought we could start with the waters around the company outpost at Port Maggi. There are 2 islands in the region, and nobody's taken much notice of them yet. Once you're back, I'll start filling in my map and adding your findings to the book. Oh, this will be wonderful.
If you told me a few years ago that I'd end up following you on another crazy errand, I'd have said you were out of your mind. Not because I got anything against you, more that trouble seems to come looking for you wherever you go. Yet, here we are again, probably on our way to die. Well, you already did, but me, I mean. Well, real nice of you to share. Someday I'll have to get you a gift. And wouldn't you know it, this time is shaping up to be crazier than the last one. But I gotta say, I appreciate how you've handled things. Times like these, staying decent's not as easy as it sounds. Thought you were weird at first, of course, but you've surprised me. There's something to that. I like to think I'm the same way. Except I chose to believe in the goodness of a giant statue that kills everything it passes. Sometimes I have second thoughts about that. I've been meaning to ask, though, how is it you never seem to lose your way through all this? What is it tells you you're on the right path? Well, hard to argue with that. And I might get some strange looks if I did. When I was a boy, things were simpler. Aethys was more like a character we read about in church. Well, just about anything would be at this point. Well, most stories had him helping folks or making the world work as it should. You pray to him, he might help you too. There was no cost to it. No confusion about his will or followers taken into extremes. Following Aethys was right. I had no reason to question. Do you think there's any way that following him could still be the right path? After all we've seen? Is that something we can ask for? Seems like the gods might take that personal. Anyway, I didn't mean for this to get depressing. I think this was just a long way of saying, I appreciate the way you've guided things. Makes me feel like I'm doing some good, going with you. Something I can do? What's on your mind?
Welcome back, welcome back. It is a pleasure to see you once again. Tell me, how is the sailing? Smooth? Nothing to delay your expedition, I hope. How might I assist you? Certainly, certainly. It would be my pleasure. Of course, it's mostly books and knickknacks. Maps I do on commission, you see.
The Queen is holding court today with the Valians and Rowattians.
How long before they're killing each other?
Wager on it?
If you are here about the taxes, tell the Queen... Oh, you are not the tax collector. What business brings you to my mill? Okay. You go around asking just anyone in Queensbirth personal questions, maybe you end up dead in a ditch. Have caution, eh? Lucky for you, I am a woman of honor. I direct luminous milling for the Valian Trading Company. It's a nice job, huh? And I'm quite good at it. You want to know more? Buy me a drink first, per guano. We mill luminous, of course. Take big chunks, break into smaller chunks, crush into dust-sized chunks. Per complancanet, it is really not so complicated. Good day.
On it.
I don't know how you and the Watchers sleep, carrying all those souls around.
Some nights it's the lantern that lulls me to sleep. It pulses like a heart in my hand.
If you find that comforting, then I'm glad for you.
You want something? Shh! Keep your voices down, my cullies.
it's foot and an heavy bullet, Cap.
Keeping quiet.
You want something?
I don't have a voice for shanties these days. Too much salt in the air.
Not even my Vithrak darling.
A tiny minute falsetto per complancanet.
One of my eyes be open.
Do you enjoy coin, my friend? Can you lift a sword?
Hail and welcome to the Wild Mare, friend. Now, what can I do for you? You see anything you like, you let me know. Now, what can I do for you? You're in luck, friend. The Wild Mare employs a number of courtesans skilled in satisfying a wide range of tastes and interests. Find them upstairs. They handle their own coin too, so no need to go through me. You're in luck, friend. The Wild Mare, you'll find them upstairs. You see anything you like, you let...
Ahoy, Captain. If I could bend your ear a moment, I'll be aiming to thank you for bringing me aboard. You run a tight shop, and you ain't no terrible person neither. It'd be a welcome change from the gentleman of leisure. The gentleman is only the finest ship among the Principe, and Captain Ferrante our most respected shipmaster. It were 2 honors and a half to be chosen to join his crew. Aye, you ain't wrong. Joining the gentleman meant leaving the sorcerer, leaving the only family I've ever known. I never knew no kin till the sorcerer. They be my salt family, and to me, that'd be better far than blood. Now don't sell yourself a Suole short, Cap, nor me neither. I know an opportunity when I bought it. Now, I'd seen what there were to be seen upon the gentleman, learn what ropes were to be learned. Methinks a watcher after a dead god'll thrust me into an whole new set of eye-openings. And believe you me, I do appreciate myself a good thrust. I've a gift for you. This trinket be from one of the first ships I hunted. Malnage would have snatched it had I not found the perfect hiding spot. I know were I to tell you that, you mightn't want it no more. Just a jest, Cap. Nay, I tucked it away in my beard. Didn't wear braids back then, so my hair caught about everything from feathers to fish bones. Malnage shook me down for plunder after each raid. I figured out she wouldn't go nowhere near my beard. Said my face were like a saw-rip fetish. Don't rightly know for sure, Cap. Thought at first she wanted me. Lasses be that way sometimes, treating you worse than what they fancy you. Given she tried to get me killed twice within our first fortnight together, I thought mayhap she were in deepest love. Didn't fancy her in the least, but a man has needs. I figured at the time that she were as wet as any other lass. Figured I'd give her a whisper about what we might get down to in the old. Her answer were an unequivocal no, made with a sharpness. Might have been the closest I've ever been to death. You be entirely welcome. Now, if you'll pardon me, I've roundabout reached my limit for sentiment. Aye, I'll give her a bad rap.
Yeah?
Where in the blazes is that old man? Have you seen an old elf hanging around here lately? Dresses funny, probably drunker than an eel in a barrel of mead. Andra's crushing void, I thought as much. Ugh. Listen, the guy I'm looking for owes me a lot of money. 5,000 coppers. You help me find him, and I'll give you 20%. Fine, Andra's great sagging tits, fine. You can have 40% and rights to whatever baubles Oswald has on him. How about this? I give you 60% and we never discuss this again. Haggling for the fun of it not keeping you busy enough? The man I'm looking for, Oswald, was especially fond of one of the courtesans upstairs, Alice. Maybe you can get more out of her than I can. She refuses to speak to me, the snippy little cur. She wasn't receptive to my particular charms. Let's see you do better. Maybe you can get more out of her than I can. She refuses to speak to me, the snippy little cur. What do you want to know? I was hoping you wouldn't ask me that. But hey, what the hell? I'm one of the countless minor nobles that litter the Deerwooden countryside. You know Admeth Hadret, hero of the War of Defiance? He's my great whatever. When people find out, they start doing weird shit. Calling me lady, opening doors for me, buying me drinks. Really, the title is a mockery. It means nothing to me. The man's a family friend. Has been for... must be 4 generations now. The perk of being an elf, eh? It's my fault, really. I should have known better than to believe that damned old drunk knew what he was doing. Man's a wizard. You understand, and a tinkerer. He convinced himself and me he could, with enough luminous Adra, create a device that would add years to one's life. Must have been a crock of shit, because one day he up and ran without a word of explanation or apology. I thought I knew him better than that.
Ado, my friend. I knew our paths would cross eventually. Not yet, but I know that we will be fast friends. Tell me, you are the one who sails that fine ship, Ak? Terrorize the docks with spirits, Ak? I am Aboko, and I am positioned to offer... I have opportunities for... Thousand times I practiced my speech. Merda, never did it go this poorly. Agrasima, do you know what my problem is, amigo? I am supposed to be in the business of giving bounties, but I know no one who hunts them. No one will unfurl their sail for my humble payments. But I must start from the bottom and work my way to the top, Ak? You will take the job? You will take the job. Agrasima. Something special for my first hunter, then. I will start you on Meryl, the mad animancer. She tortures her victims with unspeakable treatments before casting what's left to Berath's will. My contact saw her leaving Port Mage and heading west of Mage Island. Agrasima, you have but to ask. It is true that I have stumbled in my career path. Now that I have such an accomplished hunter, I can stand in the long shadow of your success. It's not all bad, but the momentum of meeting new clients over drinks and in such enchanting company, it drains the stamina, my friend. Ak, and I'm still scrounging together the coin for your next mission. When you have the head of our latest mark, I will be ready, Ak?
You say I cannot down the rest? Watch me, amigo. Madico, it is no wonder I thirst. Ado, why do you stare? Agrasima, even in the oasis I am parched. If you grant wishes, there is a vacancy on my ship.
Yet another reminder that not every seaworthy vessel will be crewed up to the standards of the sorcerer.
Sientere, Frero. Next time around the wheel, perhaps. The fun ran dry with the coin. When the dancers see more than an empty purse, I will be a content Radona. Merla, and he hired muscle. Sientere, but you are too late to collect. A gang in the northern alley stole every coin. I cannot hire a crew, much less repay Zamar. If they wanted Zamar to thirst for coin, it is possible. Botzers will regret it when I turn my cannons to their mast.
Those the cannons you'll be waiting for Zamar to cast you? Because I'd be seeing more holes in that plan than in any Principe mast's future or no.
Wizard lights drew me like a moth to the alley north of the wild mare. And the blow to the back of the head that followed, Marelight hurt. Then a wolf sat on my chest while a group of thugs went through my pockets. It growled like a thunderstorm and drooled on my uniform. I stumbled back here and traded all I had left for the comforts of the mare. Perfetto. The gods smile on you. Complanca, but now I am sober again. When you got their leader, tell them Radora sent you.
See something you like? Aloth! This is the last place I expected to see you. Have your interests changed so much since our time at Bragon Hill?
No, I still enjoy tile puzzles and deflecting personal questions. Anyway, what are you doing here?
I could ask the same of you. I make my own hours, meet fascinating people, and the coin's nothing to sneer at. Better than stuffy old books and unflattering robes. It's good to see you again, Aloth. Anyway, I should get back to it. Be well.
It was lovely seeing you. Perhaps lovely is too strong a word. I meant pleasant. Perfectly agreeable. I can see where I may have confused the poor fellow in our academy days. 'Twas a right fierce labour getting the lad to finger any flesh that weren't covering his spelly books.
Did you enjoy the show? There's more to see, if you're interested. Till later, then. See something you... Did you enjoy the show? There's more, I suppose. I was raised in the Adir Empire. When I was young, I studied to be an arcane knight. After an incident at my school, I left the continent and wandered until I found myself in Nikataka. As you can see, I stayed. Aha. Then you know how terribly boring it is. Why else would we both be here, eh? Did you enjoy the show? I suppose. I was raised in the... A handful of my fellow students got up to a bit of mischief that ended with several people dead. Did you enjoy the show? I suppose. I was raised in the Adir Empire. When same as any of the courtesans here, I imagine. I showed an aptitude. I trained with a master, and when I was ready, I began accepting clients of my own. There is more to every story. But the rest of it belongs to me, and I don't care to share it. Till later, then.
On it.
I will give you an experience you won't soon forget.
I must assume the question beneath your question is how a fire godlike came to find herself in a place such as this. Perseverance. Being as I am, I have been forced to find it for myself. Now I teach it to others. To live in a world as a thinking, feeling creature, it is difficult. It demands strength. But we cannot always be strong. I help those who have lost their strength to find it again.
You are a glutton for punishment, I see. I will give you an experience you won't soon forget.
300 copper. I know it's a bit more than most, but my service is like nothing you will find anywhere else in Nekataka. Very well. Remove your clothing and shut the door. You may leave.
Yes? Yes?
Sure. I've got it.
Come to seek ablutions for your sins? Get it? Ablutions? Absolution? I crack myself up. Gets me every time. Massage? Bath? Whatever you need. Just ask. Oh, you don't want to hear about that. I lived a boring life, so there wouldn't be much to the telling. Truth be told, my real passion is pottery. Trouble is, I got these big hands. Not meant for delicate work. Worked out in the end, of course. Now I specialize in relieving tension in Amawa and Death Godlike. guess I can't hide my feelings as well as I thought I could. The stability's good and all, but I haven't seen anything that gets my blood pumping in ages. You know what I mean? Doing the same old thing day in, day out. It's enough to make a man leap from the nearest window. Where to? No kidding. I like to see something like that for myself. Do you think I could come with you? Just for a bit? Hell, you don't have to tell me twice.
Come, lay your head on my breast. I will read to you the work of my favorite poet, Skilber. It's futile to attempt to summarize the whole of a person in simple words. How to capture their dreams, the desires of another, their feel and taste. But I appreciate your curiosity nonetheless. I am an actor. Trained from childhood. Difficult for you to believe, I'm sure. My troupe were my family, and we traveled the whole of the Adir Empire, performing the classic literatures to cheering audiences. The work was good when the crowds were grateful, and their pockets swelled with coin. I found a more dependable application of my talents here, to touch the hearts of others with my voice. I could not give that up. Have you come to hear some verse? 100 copper pans, a reasonable fee to experience the sublime words of Adir's greatest poets, don't you think? Come, lay your head on my breast. I will read to you the work of my favorite poet, Skilber. Do you know Skilber? She wrote in the time before Adir's marriage to Kulkin, when the kingdom was fire bright and yearning for a purpose. Now, listen.
An exquisite poet. Oh, this shall be a rare treat.
Ship at dawn, its face pressed to the sea's slick lips. My sister and you, a sailor died in lantern light. The wind, my brother's fingers pulling at your hair, his breath hot and boastful, promising. I, a horizon whose borders your thumb has not traced in years. You, slack-jawed and groaning, your chin in the hard grip of longing, led stumbling through the waves. A pleasant diversion, yes? Visit me any time, my friend. Have you come to hear some verse? I'm sure I don't know who you're talking about. Now, please leave. If I knew a man named Oswald, and if that man was in danger, I would still decline to be involved. Now, is there something else I can do for you? Oh, her. Yes, she is persistent, isn't she? She barged in and began asking me all sorts of inappropriate questions about my customers. She grew incensed when I asked her to leave. She's no longer welcome in my room. I do hope she's not a friend of yours. Her manners are atrocious. Farewell. Have you come to hear some verse? I'm sure I don't know who you're talking about. Now, please leave. Oswald has visited oft of late. He's a sentimental old man, and he longs for the words of our homeland, Adir. I would often read the old epics to him in their original Eldadiran. He's grown paranoid recently, however, always muttering about the shadows following him and other such nonsense. It was quite unnerving, frankly. He came to me in a panic a few days ago and shoved his journal into my hands. He told me he'd be back for it, but I've not seen hide nor hair of him since. I wonder, perhaps his journal would help you find him? Here, take this key. You'll find the journal in my armoire. Have you come to hear some verse? Farewell.
Ado, you return.
Have you got any leads on that mad old goat yet? Oh, Oswald, you really stepped in it now, haven't you? Getting mixed up with Woodikins? You damned old fool. Where could they have taken him? Not really. To be honest, I spent most of the trip out from Defiance Bay, bent over the bulwark, giving Andra a taste of my innards. I hate boats. Damn, if only I could find that captain who gave us passage to the Deadfire. Bet he'd know. Wait a tick. When our ship neared Nekataka, the bosun told me about a weird temple on an island in the Karatapu Channel, southwest of the city. She wouldn't tell me what it was for, though. Got real spooked when I asked. Go take a look then, and let me know what you find. With any luck, you'll catch the old goat there in one piece, and we'll both leave here with some weight in our purse.
Merla! Is every ship hunter taken? I only deal with serious clients. Now shoo! Not the business of answering questions, Nazenale. Madiko! But it is impossible to find skilled work when every competent freelancer wastes their shore leave in the wild mare. When blood travels south of their brains, the value of a good bounty is forgotten. You, a nameless face of the streets? I do not make a habit of shepherding new talent, but there is a seed of potential. We will cut your teeth on Biakara, a Huana sailor and would-be patriot who plagues company ships. Gelarde! Biakara sails a voyager's scale of Tangaloa off of Hasongo's northeastern coast. Questions? Ask your questions, Aimiko. But I blame Luminous Adra. Our privateers are busy escorting shipments out of the Deadfire. Everyone is rich, no one is hungry. Where are the Casitas willing to sink their enemies for a bag of pyres, huh? Drunk on success. But you have your quarry already. Once the target is sunk, come back to me for another. But too much eagerness can be a bad thing. Well, the Queen's Birth ship hunters are not exactly pounding at my door for work. Enjoy the lack of competition while it lasts. Take your time.
The Hazanui is at the palace, blaming the Valians for attacking one of their ports.
Well, did they?
Of course not. But the Queen must calm them down before they go to war over it.
Well met, stranger. Akira, but isn't this district a fine place? I am not one meant to venture far from the gullet. Until recently, I had a respectable job at the Luminous Bathhouse. Now that I am unemployed, I seek to make myself useful before the money runs out, and I must return to the Roparu as a pauper. Akira! You want to follow the road north, up the mountain, always climbing. It is the highest point in the city. A wonderful place. Would that I could cross its threshold again and feel the mist of luminous waters. In spite of my time there, I cannot do else but give it my highest recommendation. You will find the Luminous Bathhouse in Periki's Overlook. The Queen granted this area of the city to the Valian outsiders. Here they organize their business and trade.
digging up the archipelago with both hands and carrying riches overseas. In her welcoming embrace, the Queen allowed a similar concession to the Royal Deadfire Company. You would do well to see as much of Neketaka while you are here, I am thinking. More happens at the bathhouse than cleanliness and ease. It is a place of meetings, business, and transactions, to all of which the attendants are either blind or deaf. One day, I overheard, more than I ought to have. In my erring, I gasped. To my great shame, I showed a most unprofessional reaction before clients. I was fired, and rightly so.
Sure.
So she asked him what he calls that trick, and he says, the consueli. You the one causing trouble in Cotter's neighborhood? I thought Remaro's pup kept better company.
Ahoy, friend. So you still be doing that old referring yourself by name thing? Would have thought it'd have cost you enough lays by now to be dropping that affectation.
Cotter has not missed the sound of your voice, Seraphin. Your smoke and mirror ghosts do not impress Kaletzia, and they do not scare Cotter.
Sorry, Valian names all sound the same to me. Which one is the pretty wolf?
You'll know soon enough. Cotter likes you already. What do you want? Selexia is Cotter's heart. She is his rage and his spirit. Depends. You seeking Vengiata for that house? Cotter heard a newcomer was talking with Zamar.
Wrong play, Cotter. Let's be keeping this as friendly fucking chats. Lest the captain be calling your raise.
Look, Selexia. Your supper comes with blue fur. Tell the shipwright to accept Cotter's deal before he suffers another setback. Zamar can keep Principe ships afloat. Cotter tires of seeing his family sailing derelict wrecks. The coin is gone, amico. Ale for Cotter's friends and food for Cotter's wolf. Macasita gets the rest. Cotter will see that his casita knows your name. There's also a coin to spare. Redora's coin. But she's too soused to miss it. And Cotter will get you the Principe discount on Zamar's goods. Deal? Seletia, the throat!
Take him down!
There's a woman! Attack, Cap. See, that's me too.
Lavaru, beyond seek.
Never you mind.
Miss, I'll land the next one.
Zard is beyond seek.
Can't make a dent.
Bags. I'll be seeing you soon.
Let's go.
Will do. I've got it.
Ado, my hunter.
Ado. Over the din we had fighting to the north. Belfetto for the Republics. Zama is free to sell my commission. I must earn my way from the bottom.
Now, what can I do for you? You see anything?
Any news worth telling? Best news I've heard since I arrived on this rock. What of Captain Redora? Has she sobered up yet? Or do we need to shake her by her ankles? Robbed? Abidon's fist! Someone's feeling bold to prey on a captain in Queen's berth. Matters being what they are, Redora's commission is yours, if you can afford it. That'll be the Iron Thunderer, a cannon well-deserved of her name. Maybe she doesn't stand up to Rawatai standards, but she's got heart. For 1,000 pyres, she'll crack a hull, scour a sail, or splinter a deck like an imp with something to prove. You will? I mean, you will! Your vessel will spit fire like a worm with a belly full of fire kelp. Oh, come take a look. Business comes and goes. Business comes and goes. Oh. Business comes and goes. Oh, come take... Business comes and goes. Oh. Business comes and... Oh. Business comes and... Oh. Business comes and goes. Oh. Business comes and goes. Oh. Business comes and goes. Oh. Business comes and... Oh. Business comes and goes. Oh. Come. Business comes and goes. Oh.